Good morning, everyone. I'm back, and I also got a special guest for you. Gabby's back.
Hi, everybody. I'm back hanging out with John today.
There you go. See, we got her back finally. Okay, so what are we talking about today, Gab?
All right. So recently, you and I, John, had gone in the community,
Mm-hmm.
and it was really interesting to me because I didn't realize, John, how inaccessible the community is. The world is around you.
No, yeah, there's a lot of places that say they're handicap accessible, and they're not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or they are, but they're handicap accessible for smaller chairs,
Yeah.
like manual,
For sure.
then
Yeah. I feel like a lot of them aren't accessible for.
big chairs.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it to a point,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to be somewhat accessible for everyone.
Yeah.
I've also noticed there's not a lot of accessibility for people that even like the blind community or
Mm-hmm.
the deaf community or like like the thing. Of course, yesterday I went to a thing here in the city for I don't even know what it was for, but it was a sports. A couple of our local high like colleges and a couple pro people were
Mm-hmm.
there.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And okay, where was I going with that?
Accessibility. So you were there. Was there a problem that you had
I mean, the front
yesterday?
of the door that said it was accessible,
Yeah.
and I still had trouble getting into it.
Yeah.
I mean, I always my way in it like I always do,
Mhm.
but I'm thinking, why? It's like I don't understand. Do you not realize
Yeah.
there are people that are different?
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, and the ADA, the Americans with Disability Act, they have specific qualifications for a place to be technically like accessible, But it's crazy because it's really not regulated. I
But
feel like.
they say though if um, they have what they call the grandfather rule,
Mhm. I didn't
which
know about that. What's that?
that's if the building's over 100 years old, you don't have to make it accessible
Really?
because it's considered a landmark.
Wow. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
So if like a place like I was, it was a synagogue.
Yeah.
It might have been an older synagogue,
Mhm.
so they probably
Didn't have to
they
make
didn't
it.
have to.
Wow.
And then
That's
and
wild.
then of course, but the building we were in,
Yeah.
that was probably newer,
Yeah.
at least a little bit newer than 100
Mhm.
years. So they should have been a little bit more accessible.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you have open two doors and there's a bar right in the middle.
Yeah, yeah. So the place that we were at, it was a double door. So we're like, okay, cool, we can go in. But yeah, there's that like support beam right in the middle, so it made the two sides incredibly small. Um,
But I had to figure out which side to use because whichever side I could get my control by without knocking it over or scraping my tray or ripping my tray off
yeah,
and it still was hard to do.
I think like me and like other people who are able-bodied, like we take for granted that we can just walk into any store. Like I can walk through mostly like any doors, but you have to worry about. I mean, what are some things that like when you go, do you get kind of like anxious about if you're gonna encounter one of those situations when you go out?
Oh yeah, that's probably one of the more reasons why I don't go out that much anymore.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't want to get stranded down somewhere. You
Yeah.
know, if I go to a concert into a building and I can't get in it, there's gonna be no one there to help me.
Yeah.
And the people that do help me, they don't know how to take care of my tray and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know, but that's why I'm glad I take staff with me.
Yeah. So
You
they
know,
usually know.
yes, they usually get to okay, you can't get to it, we'll take the tray off.
Does it make you feel a little bit better when you have staff with you?
Yeah, but I
It
still
takes away from your independence.
right. I think if it was way more accessible, I probably wouldn't need to take a staff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I know like when I go to like baseball games or stuff like that, I've been to like I used to work at our local high school at Three Rivers. Not
Mhm.
Three Rivers. Boy, am I showing my age. Um, Acrisure.
Heinz Field, Three
Heinz Field,
Rivers,
yeah.
Acusure. Yeah, it's
Whatever.
like whatever
The
it's
Steelers
called.
home. The
Yeah.
Steelers home.
Yeah.
So,
That's what we should call it.
um, when I worked there, like if I needed something, they were good enough to help me.
Mm-hmm.
They knew they had to come out around from where they were
Yeah.
to help me, like get a drink or get something to eat or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
which was cool.
Yeah.
You know, they knew me, so they knew I needed help.
Yeah.
And I needed to take a step.
That's good. So you just felt more comfortable in that environment because you
Yeah.
knew kind of like the expectate, like you knew what was.
I still had to worry about doors.
Yeah, yeah. Like when we were there, it was wild because essentially we fit through fine because usually when the door opens, there's that the part where the what is it called the the latches or what is it? I'm like losing my mind. What is those little things that hinges?
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
but the hinges, like where the door turns, we almost had to like not open it fully
Mhm.
because the wood or like the part of the door that sticks out even further.
Mhm.
So we had to like slightly shut it. And
Right.
then you were worried because you said like one time you're going through a door and your controller broke off of your chair.
Yeah.
And then we know how long it takes for people to come be able to fix that.
Yeah.
So you're like also worried that you're gonna hurt your chair, right?
I broke my tray. It took 6 months to get a new tray, so
Yeah, yeah. So you're like, I don't wanna.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah. What about the accessibility, like door buttons? What have you noticed with those?
They're not my heights. I don't have good enough range of motion.
Yeah.
I mean, like there are some people with disabilities that are their upper body is fine.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's like spina bifida people
Mhm.
and even some cerebral palsies.
Depends on where their injury
Yeah,
is. Yeah.
yeah. And they can reach up. I can't. I don't have that range.
Would you be able to if one was
It
like
was
right
like
here?
it was like if it was like this
Okay.
level, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're like
Sometimes they're at different height. Yeah, they're at total different.
yeah.
heights.
Look at the one we were at. It's like at my head level.
Yeah.
I'm like I can't reach up that high.
Yeah. I wonder. I mean, I know people like all people need different heights. I get that, but maybe like if a place had like a big button
Mm-hmm.
that was like long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Have one.
Have you ever seen one like that?
No.
Instead of like a big button, it's kind of like a. I'm not gonna put my face in here, but it's like a long thing down here, so that wherever you hit, it could be, you know.
We're automatic doors.
Yeah.
Don't have buttons, just
Yeah.
because that's the way it was at Peterson.
Yeah.
They're accessible doors where all you gotta do is roll up to them.
Mm-hmm.
Automatic doors like ours here at the house.
Yep.
That's the kind of doors they need to
That's
have.
the way to go. You're right. You're right.
I mean, if you don't want people to come in, like, or if the wind blows, which is kind of hard because if the wind blows, it blows leaf over the.
It opens up for
It
it.
opens the
Yeah.
We were sitting in the living room one time, and the wind blew a leaf over the sensor, and the door opened. We were all like,
Yeah. You're like, hello.
you know, who's
Ghost.
over there?
Yeah. I love that.
I'm like, you go over there to see who's over there. And
Oh.
if you get you killed, then we'll go the other way.
Yeah. Yeah. So what? Like, if a place says we are accessible, what would you expect?
Big enough doors,
Mm-hmm.
buttons that are reachable. That's pretty much
Stairs.
no stairs.
Or some stairs.
Accessible, but you have to climb stairs. Wait, that don't work.
So I called. I think I told you about this. I was working with somebody and she wanted to get her nails done, right?
Uh-huh.
So like, okay. So I called a bunch of places to help her get her nails done. She has a motorized wheelchair too, and I called the place and I said, you know, are you wheelchair accessible? This is what she uses. Da 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 da. They said, oh yeah. I walk in. There's 2 steps to get in. You know. And it's like that, ma'am. That is not accessible.
Right,
We
accessible
cannot
is
take this
ramp.
chair over steps. You know.
Unless you have a ramp.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
you know what I think we should get?
What?
Like a tank, an army tank that can go on
They
anything.
have those.
I know.
Wheelchair wise.
I know. I looked into it. A lot of money though.
Those are expensive.
Pay out of
These
pocket.
are expensive.
Yeah.
They're not cheap.
Insurance doesn't cover tank chairs, does it?
Nah, I don't
Yeah.
think so. I mean, they do have wheelchairs that climb stairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's not tell the world that because
Then they'll be like, oh, get one of those.
yeah, get one of those. We won't need to worry about being accessible.
Yeah. Do
Yeah,
you
I
know how much like one of your chairs would
My
cost?
cost with all my extra stuff. I
Is
have
it like adaptations?
yeah, I have tilt, recline,
Mm-hmm.
special feet pedals, special molded back and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is like a $60,000.
Wow.
Costs more than your Jeep.
Yeah. Holy crap. Wow.
I always used to say I said it costs more for one chair than it does for 6 Kias.
Wow.
Because the Kias are like 10, 11,000 each.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah.
So does your insurance cover?
All of it.
They do cover it.
Yeah. Thank God.
Every
5 years, I
Yeah.
think.
okay.
Yeah, because
But if something happens and you just got to keep replacing parts, it's
Yeah.
just a lot.
Yeah.
Just like a car, I guess.
The control itself's $800.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's why I tried not to break it.
Yeah, yeah.
I did that once. Now, no more.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Because that's not fun having people drive me everywhere.
Oh my gosh,
Especially
yeah.
some of them like to pick on me and pretend like they're gonna drive me into the wall.
Oh
or
my
shit.
gosh. Yeah, you don't like that, do you?
I mean, it's fun.
It's like funny at first,
I
yeah.
mean, it's scary at first, but then you think about it and you're like, oh, okay.
Like they're just trying to be funny.
They're
with
just
you
being
and stuff.
joking around.
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
so.
But in the same sense, you're just kind of like a little bit annoyed in the back of your head because you want to be able to have your independence.
Stop it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that would be frustrating to like know that you can go where you want, drive where you want, and then all of a sudden somebody's controlling literally where your body moves.
I've done that. I've been driving. I rode down the hall one time.
Yeah.
And somebody was behind me, and they just thought it would be funny, just because
Mm.
there's a button on the back control
Yeah.
where
You can
push
switch
it and they can take over.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm driving down the road, and all of a sudden my chair stops. I'm like, oh, now what?
Yeah.
And then I start moving again, and I have my hand off. I'm like, then I remembered now someone's behind me.
Yeah. Well, they probably were just messing. They were
Yeah,
totally
they
your
were. They were
friends
just.
messing with you. Did you think it was funny though for a second? Or
At first, I was a little worried, going, what the hell's wrong with my
Yeah,
chair?
yeah.
Why am I moving without me touching the control?
Yeah, yeah.
But then I'm like, oh wait, there's this person's behind me.
That's
so.
funny. Oh man.
Yeah, people they need to have way more accessibilities.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they've made a big stride in the last 30 years.
Mhm.
Give them that.
Yep.
But
Yep.
they need to be more. They need to deal way more. I mean, I don't understand why they say have accessible doors and they have the bar in the middle.
Yeah.
That's not accessible. I mean, I guess for smaller chairs it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because what I don't get is that the main door can have the bar in the middle, but if there's two sets of doors, you walk through that door, and the door on the inside of the building,
Doesn't.
you can open both doors and there's no bar there. The other way around.
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
No, if you're gonna have one that way, put both that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you're gonna have one with bar, put the next one with the bar.
Yeah. So would you like consider having like a like maybe I don't know, this is just an idea, but like I think some people who are able-bodied and who are higher up in making those decisions, they literally don't even bring it. Like I feel like it's not even brought to their attention.
I would like to go to like the council meeting.
Okay.
Or a city council meeting,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Or like that's great too, but
Or-
if they don't have one, maybe a letter or something too.
Right. Well, I don't like writing letters to people
Okay.
like that because what's the chances of them actually looking at it?
True, but
You know, like
if you start a ruckus.
junk mail, junk mail, letter from what's the word I'm looking for? Something citizen, unhappy citizen, but not unhappy. Concerned citizen.
Yeah, yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
But,
Maybe, but you never know. You know, it doesn't hurt to try, I guess.
Amen.
But you'd rather go in person and talk to
Yeah.
them. Okay.
but I've also had people. I've actually had policemen
Mm-hmm.
park on a handicap ramp,
Really?
like off a sidewalk,
Wow. Yeah.
and I actually confronted them about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you just say, hey, listen?
I said, hey, can you? I asked them nicely.
Yeah.
I said, hey, can you move your car? I need me and my friends here. I need to get off the sidewalk to get to our vehicle.
Yeah.
And he was like, no.
What?
Yeah. I'm like, please. I said nicely. I mean, come on. He's like, no. I'm like, and then I got mad.
I can't believe you did
And then
that.
I'm like, okay, wait a minute now. I said, you're a policeman. You're supposed to abide by the law.
Yeah.
I said, you're supposed to protect the innocent. You're supposed to make sure people don't do exactly what you're doing with this car. You're blocking our way up out of here,
Mm-hmm.
and you're blocking us blocking our way. And he was like, "Are you getting sassy with me?" I'm like, "Well, I mean, I'm trying to be nice, but that obviously didn't work."
Yeah. Holy crap.
He said, "Don't make me take you down to this."
Nuh-uh. No, he
Yeah.
didn't. What?
And I was like, "Oh, so you're gonna arrest me? I want to see you come to court and tell them why you arrested me.
Yeah, that's wild.
You lose your job real quick."
Yeah. Wow.
And he's like, I'll move this time."
Oh my
And he moved.
gosh. Yeah. Wow.
That's why I was gonna have to be like, oh god, I'm gonna get cooped
People do like, yeah, definitely park in handicapped spots and don't. Obviously, like, you know how people say, like, you might not know if they look fine.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah, you
know.
don't know.
Which I definitely get
Or
that,
there's
but
people that take advantage of that kind
for
of stuff.
sure, for sure. I mean, even I like the, you know how like a lot of the bathrooms are bigger,
Mm.
and some of them, and like you really gotta go, like you want to use one, but you need to start thinking like I need to be better about that. Like, what if somebody comes in and they need to go, and I'm in that, you know?
Right. I mean, if it's like an emergency, then nothing you can really do about
Yeah, but I probably should be better about not using the accessible big stalls because there's
it.
people who need it, and I don't.
I think it's funny how people when they park in the parking lot, they
Mhm.
park in handicap parking,
Yeah.
and they have a handicap placard,
Yeah.
and then you confront them about it.
Okay.
They're like, "Oh, it's my grandmother's car."
Oh, yeah, that's pretty much.
I'm like, "You're not supposed to use that if you're not disabled.
Yeah, exactly.
If you catch grandma, then yeah, that's fine."
It's fine. Yeah, because there's been times where we would go out in the community and stuff, and if there aren't any, then we have to park super far away. We don't have enough. The vans, like the reason why is because the vans have lifts that get people out, and like you're in a situation and somebody doesn't abide by that, and they park too close to you, you can't get back in or get back out, and we gotta like do it in the middle of the parking lot.
The only
You know?
good thing about the vans we have now is the rear loaders.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if they were side loaders like we used to have, then it'd be different.
That's like a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they load
But
it
you
up.
can't park in a parking spot when there's another one right behind you.
Yeah.
You'd have to park either at the ends.
And then you're in the middle of the
Right.
yeah,
And
in
you're
the
still
middle
getting
of
in
the
the way.
road.
But
Yeah,
you had no choice.
that's true. That's true. Long story short, people, if you own a business, please make it handicapped accessible.
And don't say it is, and then find out later that it's not.
Yeah.
And it's so agitating and irritating.
Yeah.
But
And you'll be bringing in a whole nother demographic of the community to your
Right.
site by being inclusive and adding those things in. So maybe you'll get some more business and people will want to come. So
yeah,
for
exactly
sure.
right. You don't want to zero us out.
Yeah. So do it, people. All right.
Alrighty, that was good, good things going on there.
Yeah.
So all right, we're going to be trying to do these a lot on Mondays. I mean, I think Gabby said she has some vacations here and there coming up soon, so we might not be making videos on those days, but we have a little time before she goes on vacation. So, all right. Thank you very much for listening. Make sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel.
Share.
And share this video.
Spread the word.
I got 737 members of my community.
Woo!
So let's get to 1,000 people, please. All right.
Amazing.
There you go. Okay. Thank you again. I love you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.